mass mandatory, here we go. It come to an end. And then you come and tell me, here we go on side. If you go to the supermarket, the grocery, or the malls, you have to wear your mask. Side if you go to a pharmacy, you have to wear your mask. Side if you're traveling, you have to wear your mask. If you're in the transportation hub, you have to wear your mask. If you're going to church side, you have to wear your mask. If you're in the school side, you're wearing your mask. If you go to a barber salon, you go to the theater, you're wearing your mask. Which dum-dum in Trinidad and Tobago will go in a theater and buy a popcorn and a juice and sit down and wear a mask? Thanks! If every councillor go through their constituency, do video clips like this and send it for us, I'm gonna be so happy just to play it on our program on a Wednesday night. You know why I would be happy? I will be filled with joy in my heart. You know why? Because the councillor is getting off their butts and they are actually going and doing some live video shoots. Real Talk took the initiative to find out suppliers of wheat in the world that National Flour Mill could go to. So now Romano is saying the company is not going to raise any price in the near future. Why? Why? Is it because the S-boss and they realize now that, hey, it is in the public domain that we could go right Mexico and buy flour and wheat? We could go right China and buy wheat? I am about change. And thus far, Real Talk is very effective in Trinidad and Tobago coming towards making changes for the citizens. Public Utility Minister Marvin Gonzalez have urged the population to appreciate and be grateful for the availability of the utilities. This, as Gonzalez recalled, time in his life when he had to fetch water using a bucket from a nearby river. Gonzalez, I want you to understand something. I want you, Mr. Gonzalez, to understand something. You are being paid thousands of dollars by public utility, by the finance ministry, to govern WASA. Come on. To govern WASA, I want you to understand that you ain't going in no office for no free code. You are being paid. Do not tell me that I, Saeed, have to be grateful for the water I get it. Let me tell you something, Gonzalez. Every 4 months, I have to pay $400 and I get water once a bloody month. So don't come on a media briefing and say, Saeed, you have to be contented. You have to be happy. Marvin, the next best thing for you to do is to resign and get the hell out of here. Real Talk with Saieed Ali. I am your host, Saieed. We do want to thank you for joining us tonight, viewers. It's the night before Diwali in Trinidad and Tobago, but nevertheless, it's an auspicious time for the Hindu community around the world. So as we start off our program tonight, viewers, just a little update for you. The Minister of Finance, Colum Imbert, has announced that from today, you will be able to pay property tax online. Imbert said that a state-owned First Citizen will today introduce its online payment option with other commercial banks set to follow as soon as possible. According to Imbert, in the near future, you will be able to pay all your taxes online. During his budget presentation, Imbert announced that by October 31st, online payment option for property tax would be made available. So Trinidad and Tobago, you all take note of that. Imbert said this was all part of the government's trust to provide digital option for all financial transactions. Hey, let me tell you something. Imbert know how to twist words, you know. They never had an online property option. Never. They never had that. They rushed and introduced property tax for all that to go down to BIR office to line up with thousands of dollars in your pocket, putting you, the citizen, at risk. Now, Imbert twisted his word now and said it was all part of the government's trust to provide digital option for all financial transactions. Hey, watch me now. That's really a minister, and he could twist. He know how to twist. He really, really know how to twist. But then say what? All ministers in their portfolio, they know how to twist around. But nevertheless, they have mouth. They have a tongue in their mouth, they can say anything. They have a mouth, they have lips to do this. Minister of Finance, Imbert, have stated that foreign exchange window opened by the Exim Bank for wholesalers, importers of basic food and pharmaceutical during the COVID-19 pandemic was a temporary initiative. So Trinidad and Tobago, how would you view Colum Imbert now? The Imbert came out and said during the pandemic that this was a temporary initiative. No, he didn't say that. He did not say that. So he had the whole business sector in Trinidad and Tobago as some clowns. You come out with a statement, but you didn't finish it. Now that foreign exchange, US currency, is a problem in Trinidad now, you're twisting your words again. In a release, Imbert said, the additions of a second Forex window at the Exim Bank for essential imports during the COVID-19 pandemic cannot create a situation where 4 years later the government is being held liable by certain private sector businessmen for the item they ordered and received without paying for them. Imagine that, eh? Look it on your screen. Look it on your screen. This was only created for the COVID-19 pandemic. So why Imbert didn't say that from the beginning? Why Imbert didn't tell the business sector of Trinidad and Tobago that this window is only open for the COVID-19 pandemic? Imbert made this point in response to some anonymous businessman saying they receive between $350,000 and $400,000 US a month from the Exim Bank, and at least the last time there was a release was about 2 months ago. We are sending out emails, and they, Exim Bank, are saying they are waiting for the Minister of Finance to release funds. It all circulates back to the Minister of Finance a businessman said. Trinidad and Tobago, let me tell you something. Clongenbert is playing Monopoly. Monopoly. So with this issue here now, you all will understand why Jaiwanti could not get access to check the check clearance system to see if that system was the cause for $3+ billion to go missing. Why? Clongenbert is monopolying the whole thing. Central bank governors know the duty of the Auditor General. They are well aware of her duty. What is preventing Central Bank from giving Jaiwanti the authorization to check the check clearance system? What is preventing them from saying no? Is it Clongenbert? I'm asking a question. So now that you understand, Clongenbert has the last say in releasing US currency to Exim Bank, then Exim Bank would release it to wholesalers and importers, businessmen in Trinidad and Tobago. Who is holding it back? Clongenbert. Now your Minister of Finance have a list of fine. PNM businessman is your Minister of Finance have your fine. Don't blame the public. Don't blame the banking sector. Who has the last say? Clongenbert. What Clongenbert is telling you? Well, you know, we only opened that for the pandemic. What they saying? Wait. Where all them PNM businessmen there? All the clapping greatest PNM? Well, here we're going on. Is the Minister of Finance in the PM now? In the PNM organization, have all you now suffering for money. If all you want to blast me for saying that, feel free to do so. Feel free to do so. I am making it clear. If you want to buy the whole side, yes at this, yes at that, how you going to sit down on Clongenbert? Clongenbert, how you suffering? Clongenbert, how you closing on your business because he don't want to release US currency to Exim Bank so you as a businessman, PNM businessman, could get it. Who are you suffering? Side? No, I just bringing the truth to you. And the truth is where you can't handle. Not everybody could handle the truth, you know. And for the PNM businessman, it's the truth all you can handle. If you're vexed with me, I do business. If you're vexed with me, I don't care. Because I am not the one that is holding back the US currency from going to the Exim Bank for you to get it. So you could brag about how much you want. You could say side blasting them. You could say side only blasting PNM. You could go ahead and say it. But the thing is your business closing, not side one. And that is the difference. So tonight now, all the PNM businessmen who cannot get Forex to import stuff to sell back for Trimbagonians, now you know why your business shutting down. Now you know why you cannot get Forex. It's saddened. It real saddened. Oh my God, it's eating all your heart out now. But then again, it's not only the PNM businessmen. It's the whole of Trinidad and Tobago, Clongenbert doing that. It's sad, but this is the reality. This is the reality that all you're facing. So hence the reason why I just tell all you. It's not about PNM or it's not about UNC. No. It's about holding those ministers accountable for their position. Imagine as a big businessman. And when you go line up on the bank, 200, 100. So because of that, I don't depend on the banks again. Oh, by the way, let me just say this. Those of you who have US currency to sell, I am buying and I am paying $7.50 for $1 $7.50 TT to $1 USA. Yeah. I don't depend on Central Bank. I don't depend on Clongenbert. I just buy. I just pay my money for it. So when Clong tell himself, well, you know, Saieed had to depend on me. No, I'm not depending on you. I'm not. People who depending on you, their business shutting down. Yeah, but now, he said, once enrolled in the Forex window facility, clients submit their trade invoice together with a request, $30. Subsequently, the Exim Bank wire US directly to the international supplier for settlement. The local company does not receive US dollar direct. How are you feeling? Are you feeling good? Are you carrying their $5 extra US to spend? It's sad. It's sad. However, viewers, you all know Ramsaran from Ramsaran Dairy Product? Well, listen to this now. The owner and founder of Ramsaran Dairy Product, who sent a 10-page letter dated October 18, 2024 to the International Monetary Fund, that is the IMF Executive Director, raising an alarm over the non-existence of record of policies with respect to Forex. Krongenberg had to answer now. Now Krongenberg had to answer now to some bigger. So Krongenberg, you the Minister of Finance for Trinidad? Yes. How it is that a businessman in Trinidad and Tobago not getting US currency? Krongenberg now have to answer to IMF as to why he is not releasing US currency for wholesalers in Trinidad. Well, importers in Trinidad and Tobago. Let me tell you something. That will stir up a big bacchanal, eh? One big bacchanal that going on stir up. Trust me. Trust me. Because a lot of business thus far closed down in Trinidad and Tobago. Because why? They cannot get Forex. Now, your Minister of Finance is telling you that window was only created for the pandemic season. We endured almost 3 years of COVID-19 pandemic in Trinidad. All around the world had the same virus. But the thing is, during the pandemic, Guyana and Barbados removed tax from gas. What did the cabinet did in Trinidad and Tobago? They raised it. And what you all say? No problem, we go paid. No problem, we go paid. How are you feeling now? Are you feeling good? I am glad you all are feeling happy. Because the raw truth is what I'll get in tonight. The very, very raw truth. Are you better? I'm sure you're feeling nice now. Because I am feeling nice in my spirit that you all know the truth now. There's only real talk that get the truth, you know. Only real talk you will get the truth. So Ramsaran has written a 10-page document to the IMF executive directors now to ask them about the non-existence of record of policies with respect to Forex. Now, IMF will respond to Mr. Ramsaran. And then Mr. Ramsaran, or maybe IMF now, they're going to get in touch with Krongenberg, and Krongenberg now have to reply. You know, Krongenberg had to be very particular on how he is replying to IMF. Yeah. You have to be very, very specific. And then if IMF decides now to do an investigation into Trinidad and Tobago, US currency, what is going to happen? How many businessmen in Trinidad now is going to stand up and say that they are not getting 4x or US currency to run their business? I wonder if these PNM businessmen is going to stand up against Krongenberg. I'm just asking. I'm not being racist. I am not supporting PNM. I'm not supporting ULC. I am not for no party tonight. But I want to ask you a question tonight. That is what I'm asking you. A question is what I am asking. Are you going to stand up if the IMF comes to Trinidad and do an investigation into the U.S. currency in Trinidad and Tobago? What are you going to do? You're going to stand up for the right thing, or you're going to start with clung your boat and get your business shut down? I don't know. I'm asking you. I'm asking you. It's sad. It's really sad. So viewers, we are going for a short commercial break, but when we come back, you're going to hear now ex-Central Bank officials, Supermarket Association comment on Forex distribution after this.
Namaste Aud Sitaram. On behalf of Real Talk Group of Companies, we wish to extend to the Hindu community a happy and holy Diwali. May the divine light guide you through your way out of every streak of trials in your life, and may Mother Lakshmi shower her richest blessings on each and every one. Shubh Diwali from the Real Talk Group of Companies.
When life throws you a curveball and you need a clear path forward, trust Real Talk Wrecking Service to get you back on track. Whether you're stuck on the roadside or dealing with an unexpected breakdown, our 24/7 wrecking service is just one call away. Fast response, reliable towing, and a team that's got your back. At Real Talk Wrecking Service, we don't just tow, we rescue. Real Talk Wrecking Service, your lifeline on the road to recovery.
At Real Talk Studios, we dedicate our time to highlight the blaring issues we face within our community. Catch us live every Wednesday between 7 to 8 p.m. Real Public Concern. Because your concerns are meant to be heard. Send your email to realpublicconcerns@gmail.com.
Become a member of Real Talk Credit Union, now located at number 14 Coroni Savannah Road, Chagonas. Open a fixed deposit with Real Talk Investments and get 4% on interest with interest payment being paid up front. Get in contact with us at 238-6716, 231-6219 or 339-1670. Real Talk Credit Union Cooperative Society Limited. Plant a seed today for a better tomorrow.
Tired of wasting precious time at the bank applying for a loan, only to be denied? We understand your frustration. Here at Real Talk Group of Companies, we take a different approach. Contact Saieed, Managing Director of Real Talk Group of Companies and licensed moneylender at 238-6716, 242-7690 or 339-1670. Feel free to visit our office at number 14 Coroni Savannah Road, Chagonas or number 132 Superior Road, Victoria Village, San Fernando.
Trinidad and Tobago, we're gonna keep the public informed about the steps of the present owner of Ramsaran Dairy Product. We're gonna keep you informed. about the letters, about IMF, about the response, about Klongenberg response, about IMF response. We're going to keep you up to date to that because this is something you need to know of why your business is shutting down. We will keep you informed as to what Exim Bank is replying to Ramsaran, Jerry Poddock. We're going to get in touch with Ramsaran. Nevertheless, we're going to keep you updated, viewers. That is what we are here to do. Keep you updated with real issues. Oh, and a special good night to Mr. Ramsaran and family. Central Bank Deputy Governor Dr. Terence Farrell have stated that he is concerned about the recent statement in the public domain on foreign exchange distribution. Imbert said and claimed in the public domain that the Exim Bank had directly sent foreign exchange, Forex, to importers were false. And the truth coming out. Call a good night.
Mr. Saeed, great program as usual, man. Great topic too. And you could play tabla really good, man. I know you could play tabla so good. That was you who played the tabla last night. You resemble that fella, man. Anyway, the president of this country, President Kangaloo, gave his speech at the Diwali Nagar last night. Her theme was the home and the family.
Yes.
Building the home and the family and strengthening the home and the family with discipline and respect and manners and decency. I want you to go in Parliament and read that for those demonic politicians, that bunch of politicians who plunged this country into darkness, and she is part of that, was and is part of that. Go in Parliament and read that for them, because they have this country where it is in darkness. People can't build a home, criminals invading home, because those people there support each other. They are supporting criminals and funding criminals. I didn't say the international community is saying it, Madam President. So go in Parliament and read that for them. People can't build homes. People can't finance their home. No, they work hard, build a little home. No, that bunch of demons is telling them they have to pay rent to live in your home. But here it is now, you saying build home and build. How we gonna build home and family? We starving. People can't buy food in this country through these demons. So, Madam President, you go to the Parliament and read that for them. Read it 10 times for them. Madam President, also tell this country, you are the commander-in-chief of the armed forces in this country. Tell this country, tell the world why it is you have 1% Indians in the Trinidad and Tobago Defense Forces State Agency, 5% Indians in the Trinidad and Tobago Police Force, and 0% in the port of Port-au-Spain, India. 0%. Tell the world this, tell the nation this. Mr. Said, Diwali greetings to you, your family, your staff, and may that light keep shining in your life, your heart, and your business. May you have success with your business, and may there always be light in your business and your life and success. Great program. You keep up the good work, Mr. Said.
Thank you, my friend. And Diwali greeting to your family also. So as he's talking about business, yesterday I came back from Miami while my show was going on, our Diwali program, Real Talk Diwali program. And I left Trinidad to meet with businessmen in Miami. As I've said before, Real Talk is doing, I don't just do business in Trinidad. I have expanded a network, not only in Trinidad, but in Guyana, and soon the US and Panama. Let me tell you something, Real Talk is growing, you know. We are growing, you know. In finance, we have financial institution, lending, we have credit union, we have fixed deposit, we have equipment rental, we have security, we have executive rental, we have construction in Trinidad and Guyana. It's growing. Soon Real Talk will be setting up office in the US. Soon in Panama also, because I'm due to leave in a short while from now to Panama. Business we expanding. So when I tell earlier, when you make an investment, I know how all I get all the interest. And it's 4%. The thing, you're not getting it every 3 months or every 6 months or every 1 year or at the end of your maturity date. No, you're getting your interest up front. And I could guarantee you that. Guarantee you that no other body in Trinidad and Tobago is giving you that 4% up front. None. Let me tell you something nice. About 30 to 35 years I'm financing now. It's about 30 to 35 years I am in finance. Grew up in finance, travel with finance. I'm a lender of money. So Real Talk Group is expanding. Caller, good night.
Yes, hi, good night.
Go right ahead, my friend.
Saeed,
Tell me.
here it is, right? Let me tell you something. You see, to the owner of Ramsar and Dairy Products, right?
Mm-hmm.
I just want to say kudos to you, right? It's
Yes.
about time
Somebody stand up, eh?
somebody in the business community put that finance minister in his place, because that is where he needs to be put. Because you can't tell me you're starving local businessmen and all the foreign people get all the foreign. Nah, man. It's about time somebody stand up for the local businessman in the country, right? And here I say, kudos to that man. I know the man. He's a no-nonsense man. Just what I tell him. He's a man, if he don't get through, he's going straight in front of the Privy Council. Just what I tell him. But here it is. I want to make a point before I go, right? Did the finance minister say that if you want water in your tap or you want your garbage pick up, pay property tax?
Correct.
And he jump out and
Yes, he said that.
months ago?
Mm-hmm.
So how tonight he could jump out and say that all property tax go into the consolidated fund? We that is an idiots in this country then.
To have a better life, you must pay your taxes.
Nobody think about it, side when we are trying to warn people and tell them that they need local government reform in order to collect property tax.
Yes.
For the corporation to spend back the money in your area, in your constituency. People wasn't listening and everybody was trying to pay it.
Yes,
So
yes.
everybody now go on the consolidated fund. And when them feel the dip in our money to give a man a big contract, all their money go on day. So here what you see, everything already open for with property tax. Don't hope for that again. And sorry, before I go right, this person, this Dr. Frederick, that donated $1 million to the Ministry of Education.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, listen to me very carefully. Here what's going on. You see that $1 million? That could change to the kind of money that will be playing inside their ministries when the budget comes. We deal with billions. We not deal with millions. So that million can do nothing for the Ministry of Education. So everybody don't see that you're looking to multiply that money with taxpayers' money.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Anyway, side, you enjoy your Diwali, you enjoy your night, and to all your staff, Shub Diwali. You enjoy your night, side.
Same to you, my friend. Now, viewers, listen to this, eh? In a statement, Farrell stated that it is disheartening to see U.S. repeating, or disheartening to see us repeating the same policy mistakes of George Chambers' administration in 1981 to 1995, with bureaucrats attempting to allocate foreign based on what they think is essential. He warned that the situation will only get worse as the available foreign exchange reserve are depleted or depleting. Supermarket Association President Bechu stated that the Exim Bank foreign exchange window for wholesale importers for basic food and pharmaceutical opened during the pandemic has provided additional Forex liquidity to aid importers in executing contracts for food to satisfy domestic demand. Bechu suggested that if it is determined it is feasible to maintain the facility, the association supports its continuation for importers of goods deemed essential in any season. We need Forex. We don't need a season for it. We need Forex. We need US currency to keep alive. Otherwise, many will go out of business. Many. Caller, good night. Hello? Stick your gaddy click one time. Sugarwater's Mayor Faik Mohammed have stated that businessmen in Central Trinidad have backed out of support in this year's Diwali celebration in Felicity because of how widespread extortion has become. Speaking to residents ahead of the Festival of Lights, Mohammed said many businessmen in the area are unwilling to come forward and sponsor events. Instead, he said, they just want to lay low. However, the mayor said extortion has reached the community, including the Pierre Road and the Charlieville area. Listen to this.
Getting news recently that it has reached close to home now, meaning that Felicity, Pierre Road, Charlieville area that is starting to reach there. Businessmen are being very skeptical now and safeguarding themselves and kind of trying to stay more indoors now.
Caller, good night.
Very, very good evening to you, Mr. Saeed.
You're right ahead, my friend.
All I want to say tonight, there is so much thing I could say about Forex and all kind of thing, but I don't want to go into that tonight.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to wish all the law-abiding and God-fearing people in the country a happy and safe Diwali. And I want to wish the crooks and the wicked people and the non-God-fearing people, I would also like to wish them a happy Diwali. I would like that the light remove the darkness from their lives. All the best. Keep up the good work, brother. All the best.
Thank you, my friend. So, viewers, Felicity Councillor Sundar Juku also confirmed this. He said businessmen are careful of how they are spending their money to avoid being targeted. He said there was not much they could do but lobby with the councillor for more protection in Felicity, but said he understands their limitation. Let me tell you something. For a period of time, businessmen and sugar owners have been extorted. Have been extorted. And I would tell businessmen, me being a businessman and sugar owners, I would tell the businessmen, come forward. Come forward. Come forward. If you are being extorted, don't hesitate to say. Come out and speak out. Because the only time it could change is when you speak out. That is the only time it could change. Just last week, the head of the Extortion Task Force, Assistant Commissioner of Police, ACP Richard Smith, said he had received no new reports of extortion and urged victims to come forward. Now, if you don't come forward, how will there be a system in place or put in place to deal with it? We need to come forward. Trust me, when you come forward, something could be done about it. Smith said his task force has so far received 28 reports of extortion from business people and citizens across the country. Now, I'll tell you something, viewers. When a virus comes out, a medication is being made. When a virus comes out, scientists will test the molecule of that virus, or the molecules of that virus, in order to know what injection, what tablet, what antidote to make. So if extortion is something that is coming out in Trinidad and Tobago, the police service needs to put something in place. Trace a phone call. Yeah. Trace a phone call. Voice recognition. This is what we need. Technology. Talking about technology, I met 3 guys from India today. I had a meeting with them for probably about 2 or 3 hours today. They came to meet with me. They're going back tomorrow to India. Viewers, let me tell you something. Real talk taking a different tone, you know. I told you that from the beginning of this year, you would see a difference in Real Talk. 3 businessmen left India, and they are in Trinidad. Met with them today. The guy said, I am not leaving unless I speak with Saieed. We had a meeting today for about 2 or 3 hours, tech talk, and we are going forward. It's the blessings of God. It's the blessings of God, viewers. Yeah? With that being said, we are going for a short commercial break. But when we come back, 24/7 water for 85% of the population by next election. You hear how they quote it? Next election. After this.
Namaste Aud Sitaram. On behalf of Real Talk Group of Companies, we wish to extend to the Hindu community a happy and holy Diwali. May the divine light guide you through your way out of every streak of trials in your life, and may Mother Lakshmi shower her richest blessings on each and every one. Shubh Diwali from the Real Talk Group of Companies.
When life throws you a curveball and you need a clear path forward, trust Real Talk Wrecking Service to get you back on track. Whether you're stuck on the roadside or dealing with an unexpected breakdown, our 24/7 wrecking service is just one call away. Fast response, reliable towing, and a team that's got your back. At Real Talk Wrecking Service, we don't just tow, we rescue. Real Talk Wrecking Service, your lifeline on the road to recovery.
At Real Talk Studios, we dedicate our time to highlight the blaring issues we face within our community. Catch us live every Wednesday between 7 to 8 p.m. Real public concern. Because your concerns are meant to be heard. Send your email to realpublicconcerns@gmail.com.
Become a member of Real Talk Credit Union, now located at number 14 Coroni Savannah Road, Chagonas. Open a fixed deposit with Real Talk Investments and get 4% on interest with interest payment being paid upfront. Get in contact with us at 238-6716, 231-6219 or 339-1670. Real Talk Credit Union Cooperative Society Limited. Plant a seed today for a better tomorrow.
Tired of wasting precious time at the bank applying for a loan, only to be denied? We understand your frustration. Here at Real Talk Group of Companies, we take a different approach. Contact Saieed, Managing Director of Real Talk Group of Companies and licensed moneylender at 238-6716, 242-7690 or 339-1670. Feel free to visit our office at number 14 Coroni Savannah Road, Chagonas or number 132 Superior Road, Victoria Village, San Fernando.
So welcome back to Real Talk, viewers. Minister in the Ministry of Public Utility, Marvin Gonzalez, have stated that by the next general election, 85% of the population will be getting a 24/7 water supply, which is a lie again. Because they said that in the last election. They said that in last election, water for all next year, next 5 years. 5 years come, 5 years gone, half of us are getting water. So now we promised by the next election now. Why Marvin didn't say by the next 10 years or the next 20 years, we are hoping to be in power that long so we can try to fix the water supply in Trinidad and Tobago. Again, false promise. False promise. Gonzalez stated that during his tenure as minister, WASA had commissioned 194 projects, which has moved the level of service from 31 to 61. He expects that the level of service to increase by the year end. The minister stated that by the next election, for the very first time in the history of Trinidad and Tobago, over 85% of the population will now have access to 24/7 water as a level of service. Listen to this.
Having commissioned over 194 projects successfully, that we have moved the level of service from 31% to 61%, and by the end of the year, we will be over 75%. And that by the next election, I don't know when it's going to call, but I am pretty certain that by the next election, based on the amount of work that we are executing all over Trinidad and Tobago, for the very first time in the history of Trinidad and Tobago, over 85% of the population will now have access to 24/7 level of service.
I just like to hear these men talk, you know. Serious. I just love to hear them talk. He said, WASA is often criticized for not providing a reliable supply of water, but that is not necessarily the case. Caller, good night. Hello?
Hello?
Go right ahead, you're live, my friend.
I'm calling from California. I did not PNM government. Today, this weekend, they make check for all these pensioners and them because they want to hold back the money and they holding back all the Diwali celebration and people have to buy diya and have to buy oil and everything and the PNM and give people the checks.
You didn't receive no pension as yet?
No.
I'm assuming.
They say quite Monday on the 4th, from the 30th to the 4th, people who want to get check will get a check.
I understand. Thank you so much, my friend. Gavin, he asked, how many of us take into consideration that we may have constructed our home outside of the water distribution grid and that it would be required that construction of additional infrastructure to get the water supply? Marvin, since you have been in power, I have been telling you, you need to construct new water facilities. We need to have new dams where water could be collected and filtered to feed or to supply the nation. Marvin, I've been telling you this long time. Long time. We have land, not me, but the government have land all over Trinidad and Tobago, currently shut down. Use the land. Use the land to create a dam, a water treatment plant, a facility to facilitate people. You can tell me 1.4 million people in a 2x2 country, we cannot have a 24-hour water supply? And billions of dollars are being spent? It's sad. It's sad. The minister stated that the government is spending millions of dollars to produce the water for millions of dollars in pump, millions of dollars in infrastructure. Oh, now listen to this.
Sometimes it might be easy to criticize WASA for not having a supply of water, but how many of us take into consideration that we may have constructed our homes outside of the water distribution grid? For example, the people in Moraldo Street who are now getting a supply of water, those homes were constructed outside of the water distribution grid, and that would require the expenditure of millions of dollars to get water, pumping station, pumping 24/7, increasing your energy bills and what have you to get water. And then, unfortunately, when the water came, it was very difficult to get some people to even pay $300 or $600 for their connection.
Marvin, the old folks of Trinidad and Tobago probably looking at you and smiling. You know why? Not in a good way, you know. Where did this clown appear from? Yes. The older folks who are looking at Real Talk like, where this clown came from? It's sad, but this is the reality. This is the reality. People constructed homes all over Trinidad and Tobago. You come now to tell them they constructed their house outside the water belt. Wow. It's such a stink way of addressing the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago who paying taxes that paying you. It's sad, Marvin. It's really, really sad. I wonder how the older folks in your community would look at you now for saying that. Oh, you look good, yes? You look good. Finance Minister Clongenberg also stated that water, or the lack of water, was a number one problem he had to deal with as MP in Diego Martin North East for the past 33 years. Listen to Imbut, and then we will address Imbut.
I've been the MP for this area for 33 years now. And water, or the lack of water, is the number one problem I have had to deal with for those 33 years. Not employment, not crime, not pothole, water, or the lack of water. I only have a few more areas left. I have Dundonald Hill, down in the St. James area, and I'm assuming we're using the same gravity feed solution, brilliant solution for a hilly area. And once you resolve Dundonald Hill, well, I could go and deal with other issues for the next 25 years that I intend to be the MP here.
The man smiling at 25 years of being the next MP. So Clongenberg had to live with that 33 years. Which party in Trinidad and Tobago has governed for the longest in our country? Could somebody call in and tell me that? Which is the administration that has been governed in Trinidad and Tobago for the longest period of time? And then Clongenberg will get his answer on production of that particular party. It's sad, but that's the reality. That is the reality. Clongenberg, it's sad, boy. It's sad. Nevertheless, viewers, we are going for a short commercial break, but when we come back, we're going to hear about the Commission of Transport with a new plate system to fight crime after this.
When life throws you a curveball and you need a clear path forward, trust Real Talk Wrecking Service to get you back on track. Whether you're stuck on the roadside or dealing with an unexpected breakdown, our 24/7 wrecking service is just one call away. Fast response, reliable towing, and a team that's got your back. At Real Talk Wrecking Service, we don't just tow, we rescue. Real Talk Wrecking Service, your lifeline on the road to recovery.
At Real Talk Studios, we dedicate our time to highlight the blaring issues we face within our community. Catch us live every Wednesday between 7 to 8 p.m. Real public concern. Because your concerns are meant to be heard. Send your email to realpublicconcerns@gmail.com.
Become a member of Real Talk Credit Union, now located at number 14 Coroni Savannah Road, Chagonas. Open a fixed deposit with Real Talk Investments and get 4% on interest with interest payment being paid upfront. Get in contact with us at 238-6716, 231-6219 or 339-1670. Real Talk Credit Union, Cooperative Society Limited. Plant a seed today for a better tomorrow.
Namaste or Sitaram. On behalf of Real Talk Group of Companies, we wish to extend to the Hindu community a happy and holy Diwali. May the divine light guide you through your way out of every streak of trials in your life, and may Mother Lakshmi shower her richest blessings on each and every one. Shubh Diwali from the Real Talk Group of Companies.
Tired of wasting precious time at the bank applying for a loan, only to be denied? We understand your frustration. Here at Real Talk Group of Companies, we take a different approach. Contact Saieed, Managing Director of Real Talk Group of Companies and licensed moneylender at 238-6716, 242-7690 or 339-1670. Feel free to visit our office at number 14 Coroni Savannah Road, Chagonas or number 132 Superior Road, Victoria Village, San Fernando.
So Trinidad and Tobago, we're going to the Transport Commissioner's office. Clive Clark have stated that a new number plate system for a registered vehicle could go a long way to addressing crime in the country. Clark stated that despite previous challenges, including a switch to radio frequency identification RF ID plates, the plan instead is to move towards radio analytics or video analytics and registered plates suppliers and manufacturers. Now viewers, he explained the new proposed plates will display the national flag along with a QR code and a unique logo displaying the name of the company registered to produce the plates. Now, under the new rules, companies printing the plates and those supplying the material for the plates will have to be registered with the Transport Division, and failure to do so will result in fine and jail time. He explained the design and software for the plates will be managed by the ministry, and companies can only access it to print a plate using a secure user's ID and proof of registration information by customers. So Trinidad and Tobago, with the amount of car theft that is taking place in our country, we need a new plan. We need a new plan to fix this. Clark said this will allow the authorities to track how many plates are printed per day by each company and even identify the employees who print the plate. He emphasized, though, that regardless of the measure, a criminal will always try to beat the system. The commissioner explained this is why cameras will work in conjunction with the number plate using artificial intelligence to identify cars by color, make, and models. Clark said the new system will then flag plates that do not match the description of the vehicle it is registered to. So viewers, AI technology is the new way to go. All over the world they are moving with IT. The front parts of the world, IT is taking over. Artificial intelligence is running the world today. And yesterday morning we had breakfast. I can't remember the name of the restaurant. And a robot from the kitchen straight to my table. No human being in an oven. A robot on wheels, rolling. Please take your food. That's what the robot telling me. Please take your food to your shelf. Right? Nevertheless, viewers, before we close off tonight, there's a nice Indian song, a video I would like you to sit back and listen to, especially the Hindu community. After the video, I'll come back to close off my program. Listen to this.
Raghupati Raghav Raja Patit Pavan Sitaram 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 Bhaj pyare to सज धज के लागे सबसे न्यार राम बोलो जय जय श्री राम हमारी आंखों के तारे हैं प्रभु राम.
So Trinidad and Tobago, from Real Talk Group of Companies, we do want to wish the Hindu community in Trinidad and Tobago and around the world a happy Diwali. Until we meet again, good night.